Well, hello to all of you out there. I am TJ. This is my review, episode 28, continuing my overall review of Kingdom Hearts, well, Kingdom Hearts 2 in this series. Well, I'm not going to sit here and waste any more time. But with that said, let's head back to the Olympus Coliseum and Port Royal. Now, once you're back at the Olympus Coliseum, you're going to see the Underdrome, Hades' personal playground, mysteriously reopened to do Hercules in. Of course, Hades is going to drag Sora and the gang into it. And Hades done already destroyed the Coliseum itself. But at any rate, along the way, Hades kidnaps Auron and holds his will, his heart, if you will, hostage, and has put it into a statue. So now, while trying to keep from being bested by Hades, they now have to venture deeper into Hades' lair to free Auron from Hades' clutches. They actually succeed in doing so. However, in turn, it does piss Hades off. It pisses Hades off so much that he takes Megara from her precarious perch and drops her into, or tries to drop her into the abyss. Hercules, without hesitation, jumps in after her. Of course, Hades closes the doors and says, and proclaims that Hercules is now dead, which would leave Sora in the game for Hades to contend with. Now, for the first part of the battle, the boss battle with Hades, as many times as you try to touch him, you're not going to be able to touch him. So after a few moments of not being able to touch him, Hercules appears and reveals Hades' vulnerability. Now, during this battle with Hades, there are two reaction commands that Sora will do alongside Hades. Or correction, Hercules. Now, Hercules throughout the battle will generate two Aura Spheres, which Sora can knock at Hades and knock Hades out of his flame mode, so to speak. There's also another reaction command where both Sora and Hercules are encased in an aura bubble or aura shield, so to speak. But that shield only holds up temporarily, so don't get comfy with it. Of course, after Sora and the gang finally defeats Hades. And just before Sora and the gang heads out, the constellations in the stars dub Sora, Donald, and Goofy real heroes. And it couldn't have came at a better time for those three people. Of course, throughout the course of the game, you will have the chance to compete in various Olympus Coliseum Underworld tournaments. However, I will take care of the tournament itself in another episode. In the meantime, let's get back to the Pearl. Let's get back to the Black Pearl and back to Port Royal. As you pretty well know, just based on your first visit through Port Royal, on what Port Royal's battle theme music would be, which is the theme for the Pirates of the Caribbean. But with that being said, once you land in Port Royal, again, you're going to head straight for the harbor and help Jack fend off against some pirates. Your first task would be to find out why the curse itself is still running amok in Port Royal. That becomes the least of your worries. When Elizabeth Swan comes up and tells you that Will Turner, her boyfriend, is missing. So Sora and Jack hops on the Black Pearl, heading for the dreaded island of America in search of Will, if that's where the chest was. By the time they catch up to Will and the Interceptor, Will is already dragged over the side. Of course, this is when the organization's number 10, Luke Sword, comes into play with the Heartless known as the Grim Reaper. Now, with this particular boss battle against the Grim Reaper, you don't have to worry about too much. Just fight fearlessly and aggressively, and use Captain Sparrow's bluff limit break often, and you'll be good in no time. Unfortunately, it was just a ruse, and Luxor pulled a fast one on you, and basically sends the group to the ship graveyard, where Sora and the gang will literally have to steal coins from the Heartless who originally stole the coins. Of course, Sora and the gang retrieves all of the medallions and brings it back to where the chest is, which is Port Royal. Now, this particular battle with the Grim Reaper, that is the one inside Port Royal, has a new twist to it, until the fact that the chest containing all 862 pieces of Cortez's cursed gold is in there, hangs in the balance. And as long as the Grim Reaper has at least one of the cursed treasure coins, then he's basically invincible to both your to your magic and physical attacks. The only way to damage him is to have all 862 pieces inside that stone chest. Of course, shortly after the battle is over and you defeat the Grim Reaper, finally, for the second time, Captain Sparrow plunges the chest deep into the ocean depths, while Elizabeth and Will set back to Port Royal to embark on their new life. Captain Jack Sparrow ventures into the wild blue yonder. Well, that's going to do for this episode of my reviews. I continue on the next episode with the Pride Land and Halloween Town, Part 2.